Right, in this episode, joined by Mr. Tim Graham of early college fame and a lot of other fame. All right, so how are we in South Florida?
Well, it's great. It's really been a good experience. So we're Stacy's got a job. We both work at the same university, so it's been really good for us. We're enjoying our time here at Palm Beach Atlantic University.
Hopefully, lots and lots of golf
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
not very many hurricanes.
Well, we missed the most of the last hurricane, so it was on the other side of Florida. So we were very fortunate here from that standpoint.
Definitely a blessing. All right, so let's talk early college. All right, so you joined early college back in 2010. You started with me and Miss Hacklinger. What'd you think?
Well, I thought it was different than anything I'd ever done before. It was just the way that we did things there, and it was probably the best experience in education that I've ever had. Just it felt like we had a goal, that we had an opportunity to accomplish some things, and we really had a vision at the time for Miss Grimmett, and then when Candy came in, that kind of continued along, and all the way through Demetrius. So I worked for three great people while I was there, who all seemed to have not just a vision for the school, but also a real sense of caring for the students and trying to do the right things, and wanting the students to be successful. And we had a great faculty and a great staff there, and just people that cared about students, and like nowhere else I've ever been. I think it was just a great bunch of people to work with, and then we had outstanding students that wanted to be there and put in a lot of effort. So it was just a great experience.
Kind of a perfect storm of ingredients there, for sure. In terms of the leadership, obviously, three very different approaches, but that one uniting factor of they have a heart for kids and they want to do what's right, for sure.
Oh yeah, I think that was the biggest thing, and then as student first, and they did a lot of things to put them on the right path and give them a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, they'll move mountains for them for sure. All right, so you kind of have a unique faculty experience because you're actually certified in multiple content areas, right?
Yeah, certified in English and math, so that's a little different, but it worked out great for me, especially in terms of getting uh, jobs along the way. But it worked out great at early college because it gave them some flexibility, gave me some flexibility. Um, Taught a whole lot of classes there and different things, so I got to teach some of the college classes even. So that was quite a bit of fun to get to do some of the English 101s, 102s, and things like that. So, but it was a fun time. Sometimes I would go from an English class to a math class and back to back. So that was quite interesting.
And that's something I don't think many of us could possibly imagine doing. I tried to teach the writing, I tried to do a little bit of the math with economics, but you guys can have it. You can definitely have the grading.
Well, yeah, for sure. In English, that's tough. The research papers and things like that, especially.
They are always, always, always grading. All right. So, how long were you at early college? 10 years?
I think 10 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What
pretty good stint.
what do you think uh or what was your favorite event that we did pretty regularly?
Oh, I don't know. We did so many cool things there. I think getting to take the students to the different college campuses was one of the things I really enjoyed, and getting to take them to Columbia when we went to the State House, and a lot of them had never been, and it was just really fun to see their reactions. And I think early college with the atmosphere there, and the number of students that we have and the kind of students we have, it gave them a lot of opportunities to do some things that you can't do in the regular high schools, and just all those things it was just a lot of fun. I think even the field day type things that we had in the spring, and probably the kickball games, and of course that was some grudge matches there with the faculty. So I think we were undefeated, I believe. I mean, they might have cheated us out of that last one, but other than that, I think we'd won all of
And we will continue to be undefeated because we will never play again. I
them.
think our average age has actually gone up. Uh,
Well, yeah.
And I don't think I'm tearing an ACL out there on the kickball field.
Well, you got a knee injury there in 1 year,
I
so
did that one time, right? And that was enough. I'm never playing kickball again. My son
that's
told me that.
probably a good idea.
You also have a unique perspective on things from the coaching side of things too. I think and you can kind of speak to this, but a lot of people in the district don't even really understand the dynamic uh, of having students attend early college, having their athletes attend early college. What kind of benefits would you see as a coach for having an athlete attend the school?
Well, I think early college is nothing but positive for athletes in terms of their work ethic. They establish a good work ethic. They establish organization. I mean, things like our Avid classes that everybody takes is an advantage to them in terms of just learning how to do things. They're on a college campus. They got to be more mature. They got to grow up really fast, and they establish relationships with people from different schools and different areas of the county, and so I think those are a lot of advantages. And they have, they get out early enough to get back to school to do the things that they need to do, like lifting weights and getting there in time for practice. I know that our players, I coached for years, so I could always get to practice on time, and I don't think we ever had any issues with players. A lot of the players get there before the regular students do when they get out of class. So I don't see any negatives to it necessarily. Um, as a coach, I enjoyed it, and it was a good experience for me. And so I think the players and the students have the same reaction. But I don't see any disadvantages to it. I'm sure there are some who think there are, but once you get into it, I know a couple of years when I was there, we met with the athletic directors and we met with some of the coaches and established some relationships. I think the biggest problem is with coaches around the county or athletic directors around the county, they just don't understand what early college is. And once we kind of broke some of those barriers, they were very much receptive to being part of it. But I see many more advantage. You don't have to worry about kids being ineligible either, because if they're at early college, they're going to be eligible because they're going to, somebody's there taking care of making sure they're going to pass their classes and things.
Seems like a no-brainer on that front.
Oh yeah, and if you're talking about college scholarships and things, which that getting the college credits that you get at early college is a huge advantage when you get into looking down the road at kids that want to go to play at the next level.
What are your thoughts on the different pathways kids can take here, whether it be the Associate of Arts or Sciences versus all the different certificate programs? What's your take on that?
Well, I think over the years we saw people be successful in all those routes, and I think I think you do a great job with the counselors and with the advisors and mentors that you have there of kids finding the right path and finding the right direction for them. There's no one direction for any set group of students, I don't think, but they've got so many different ways, and we've seen so many kids be successful in different areas. I think they just got to reach out and explore some things and find what fits them and go with it and work hard at it. And I think they'll be successful. So it's a great opportunity, and they have a great opportunity to explore some different avenues that they probably wouldn't in any other place.
Last question for you on the recording. I'll talk to you a little bit after. If
Okay.
I can remember the question. Relationships. That was it. Relationships. Uh, can you describe the kind of the nature of relationships at early college versus maybe a regular base high school?
Well, I think you grow stronger relationships there because of the small numbers for one thing, but you're close to them all the time. You probably teach them. You're probably going to teach some of the students in multiple classes, and then you have the advisory, which the advisory works tremendously well at early college as opposed to some other places where they only meet once a month or maybe once every 2 months or something like that. But you get to establish very close relationships with them. You get to see them in many different different areas, not just the classroom, but you see them outside the classroom, and you get to interact with them a lot. So those relationships grow really strong, and I think they even continue after people graduate. You hear from them, you get messages from people. I think you've done a great job with that, with establishing that and keeping that going, and trying to bring back people and let them still be a part of it, because it is a family type atmosphere while you're there, and you do care about them, and you try to help them as much as you can, any way you can, and a lot of that goes beyond once they graduate. So I think that that's probably one of the greatest things about early college, is the ability to establish those kind of relationships. And I know the kids do too. They establish relationships with people that they never would have met if they don't come to early college. They would be on opposite sides of the county and probably never see each other. So it's just a tremendous opportunity. There's nothing really but positives there, as far as I can tell.
Love it. Perfect answer, Tim Graham. Pleasure as always. Hang on the call.
Excellent, excellent.